welcome to our program preview series. Each week we'll be exploring one of our 7 focus programs to hear how you get more in just 4 years. My name is Riley Little and I will be your host for today. This week we'll be exploring our Early Childhood Studies program. These are the top 5 takeaways that you need to know. Students earn both an Honours Bachelor of Applied Science in Early Childhood Studies from the University of Guelph and a Diploma in Early Childhood Education from Humber College concurrently within 4 years of full-time study. You'll take courses relating to child development, therapeutic play, and mental health. Throughout your 4 years, you'll complete more than 800 hours in 5 different practicums for that hands-on experience. An amazing part of the program is the chance that you'll have to learn through play. We have a resource room filled with toys, books, and iPads, everything that you'll need to create lessons for your practicum. We also have an interactive classroom that's equipped with whiteboards, swivel chairs, and stationary bikes to help meet your learning needs as students. When you graduate from our program, you'll actually be able to register with the Ontario College of Early Childhood Educators and get started working in the field right away. Today I'm joined by Dr. Nikki Martyn, Program Head for the Early Childhood Studies program. Nikki's been with the University of Guelph-Humber for 9 years. She holds an educational doctorate in early childhood education from the University of Toronto and has done a lot of work in early intervention and prevention with families. Thank you so much for joining me today, Nikki. Nikki, to get us started today, I was wondering if you could tell me a little bit about the Early Childhood Studies program and what it's all about.
Understanding children, understanding your passion and wanting to make a difference in a child's life. Or maybe you're somebody like me who just always resonated with kids. I love their authenticity. I love that they are who they are. I love playing. And so thinking about if that's for you, this is a great space because we have over 800 hours of field practicum experience. So you're going to be out with kids a lot, which is why I say, if you don't like kids, this is not a place for you because there's so many opportunities to be with children that if you don't like them, you're going to have a hard time. But if you love kids, if this resonates with you, you have a variety of opportunities to try out and experience different practicums, experiential learning in the field. You can do clinical and you can do early learning and school. So regardless of what you want to be, if you think right now you want to be a teacher, we'll give you lots of opportunities to try that out. But a lot of people change their mind along the way and decide that they want to do something slightly different. Maybe work one-on-one with students or with kids, or go into occupational therapy or nursing or psychology. So there's lots of different opportunities for you to be able to explore. And through our program, you're going to learn about development. So all of the different developmental domains. You're going to learn about how the brain works and how our physiology works, how we get to be who we are, why are relationships important, and how does love work? And then the flip side of how does trauma work? Understanding mental health, understanding who we are and how we become who we are in our lives, but then also looking at how do we help. How do we observe? How do we do assessments and develop interventions to be able to impact and work directly with kids and families? Oh, it's such a great program. It's so much fun.
Now, can you tell us a little bit about the courses that students will be taking in their first year?
I believe in first year, you're going to do an infant toddler development course. So you're going to understand it's important that we start with where we start in life and understanding the neonatal period, infancy, and how we grow and develop and become in who we are, how our brains work and epigenetics and crawling and nursing and all of that important stuff. You'll also learn, you're going to do some introductory courses. So we're going to teach you how to write at university. So the expectations around writing a research paper, how to do referencing within the program. So we use APA. We want to be able to make sure that you understand how to do those things, just really help with that transition from high school to university and ensure that you're prepared. We also you're going to do a class on social justice in early childhood. So that will be a lot of fun and thinking about what are your own, who are you, and where's the world you come from, and what is the lens you look through, and how can we help you to think about the world in a slightly different way, which I always love doing. So a writing course, a social justice course, a development course, and then you also are going to do an introduction psychology course, so you understand some of the history of where we come from and how we get to be who we are, and an introduction to sociology course as well, so we can understand who we are as groups and the larger sociology perspective. That's in your first fall. In your winter, we're going to get more into the early childhood studies classes in particular. You're going to continue with your development courses and do your first practicum, which is only 6-day job shadow, but allows us to talk about policies and procedures in early learning and allows you to try it out and see what it feels like so that you're fully prepared for your second year where you dive in.
This all sounds really exciting. How does this lead into the second, third, and fourth year courses in the Early Childhood Studies program?
We're going to start with really introductions. We're starting with a place of how do I understand this? And really that's giving you the foundations. Oh, I forgot. One of the classes you're going to do is foundations for early childhood. Understand what some of those theories and theorists are. So we have a good solid foundation that we can build off of. In second year, you're going to start to look at how do I observe? What does it mean to observe? What's the science of observation? You're going to look at our body and understand our physiology a little bit more. So we're going to start to grow and expand. We're going to do classes on play because play is so important for children. It is their occupation and how they learn and understand and make sense of the world, how they process and experience what their life is. So we're going to do classes on play so you understand both theoretically and therapeutically, but also within an early learning environment, the uses of play and art and creativity and all that good stuff. Then we're going to, and that will be built upon as we talk about trauma, as we talk about mental health, because this is how play is how children use to process their emotions and feelings. So it will continue to come up through the curriculum. Then you're going to do classes on curriculum. You're going to learn about early learning curriculum, and you're going to learn about elementary school curriculum. So you're prepared to, be in your practicum placements. Right now we're in a room. This is our resource room. And this will prepare you for all of these activities, all of these things you can take out for your practicums, but also that allows you to practice during your curriculum classes and see, you're going to do special needs and understanding how to modify and adapt for each individual child. In our program, we come from a place that's special. We all are special. We all have special needs. We all need to adapt and modify in different ways. And so being able to learn how to do that for each individual child is very important to us. And so you'll learn how to do that. You'll learn mental health and trauma. And the impacts of relationships and the impacts of challenges through a child's life and through a parent's life and the impacts that has on the child. Then you're going to learn about interventions and preventions and policy and the importance of policy on protecting our children. Really, our program comes from a place of for the child. We look at the world through the lens of the child, or at least we try to whenever we can. And it's important to us that that our graduates will continue on and with a ripple effect of love, share the impact and impact the world with children.
Now that we've learned about all the opportunities that are in the classroom, I'm wondering if you can tell us some of the opportunities that are available to students outside of the classroom.
I think what our students enjoy most is, for experiential learning, is the practicums, being able to actually go into the classrooms or the therapeutic environments, the hospitals, Ronald McDonald House, whatever they're interested in exploring, and be able to get in there and engage with children and engage with families and really feel like they can make a difference or they can contribute in some way to children's lives. We also in this room, as I mentioned, it's a community hub. And as that, we have a strong student community when we're on campus, and it's been a while, but we have a strong student community and they like to get together here and share and explore and chat and think about, and they do really neat things like, food drives and holiday events for kids across the world. So there's lots of different opportunities to give back in lots of ways. And we find that our students really enjoy that. And it's experiential learning. That is the number one thing. Like I said before, there's just over 800 hours over the course of the 4 years. So you're in the field a lot, doing 7 different placements, I believe, 6 or 7 different placements. And so there's lots of opportunities to try out different things and if you've never heard of early intervention and prevention before I said it today, maybe all of a sudden you find that you love that. So you get different opportunities to try different things and see what fits for you, where your passion is, where your heart lies, and where it makes you sparkle and shine in the world. And then that can give you opportunities to try out new things in your life.
Nikki, I think I already know the answer to this question, but can you tell me what type of student is best suited for this program?
I would say that the person best suited for this program loves kids. This program gives an opportunity for you, if you know that you want to work with kids, if you know that children are important to you, that you love being around them, that your heart sparkles a little bit when you're with kids, or you're just interested in that, interested in understanding children and child development. It doesn't matter what you want to do with your whole life. Out of this program, you will be able to register as an early childhood educator. So that is a profession that you can have and you can certainly do. You are also, because you get a bachelor's degree, able to continue on to any number of things. Most of our students do. They go on to teachers college, if they're interested in that, and they go on to master's programs and a variety of different programs. As I mentioned before, in occupational therapy or nursing or teachers college or social work. So there's lots of different opportunities for you. And we love when our students find new things to do and that they can do with our curriculum and our program as graduates. So what I would say is, don't stress or worry too much right now about what you want to do with your whole life. You're too young to know. You have to experience, but we would love for you to be able to love kids, be interested in impacting their lives or making a difference, and then allowing yourself to come and explore. Be inspired by the professors, be inspired by the opportunities that you have in the field, and think about things in new ways. And when you can do that, a world will open up to you that you won't even know what's about to happen. And it will be amazing, and you will find your spot in life.
Nikki, I have just one final question for you today. Why the University of Guelph-Humber?
I went to a large university, and one of the things I didn't recognize about coming to a smaller university is the opportunities available to you. I mean, really, it's phenomenal. And you have opportunities to work on campus. You have opportunities to volunteer with me or your faculty members that inspire you, whoever you're excited about. One of the things that I like most, and I think students do as well, is when we're on campus, one of the really nice things is I'll be walking through the halls and the students will stop me and we'll chat or we'll say hi. And everybody in our program goes by our first name. So I'm just Nikki. And I love being able to say hi to the students and or smile, or for them to pop by for chocolates and check in on things and give me updates and communicate. And I love that students in our community is open and safe and caring. And I think that is important and inclusive. We've tried to create a space of belonging where it's a good place for everybody to be. And I think that is important for when our students go out into the world, that they can also understand and create those spaces of belonging with children and with their own communities as they grow beyond ours. So who we become and the experience that we give is very important within the University of Guelph-Humber Early Childhood Studies community.
That brings us to the end of our first day of the program preview series highlighting the Early Childhood Studies program. I'd like to thank Nikki for being here with us today. For those of you watching at home, make sure to stay tuned for more events this week highlighting the Early Childhood Studies program.